time to exploit what Darkroom can do with templates. So I'm going to create a new template, and we'll give it a description of let's just use that exploit. And where it says page color, one of the things, instead of giving it a fixed page color, we can actually make the color allow people to change it. So I'm going to let them change the background color however they want. Click on OK and click on OK, and then what we're going to do is we're going to add some graphics. And what I've done is I've created a number of graphics that will allow you to darken from left to right, top to bottom, bottom to top, right to left. So we're going to choose those as a graphics list and edit, and we're just going to call that darken. And we need to add in the images, and I've got them here, and you'll see the different images with the different gradations. They're all PNGs, so you can get the transparent. And notice the one I've got in there is not darken, which is actually a clear PNG, and the reason for that is we want people to be able to switch it off. So we click on OK, they've all been added, that's darken, and click on OK, and that's that done. I'm going to add another graphic now that I've got, so add graphic, another graphic list, edit, and this one's called star. We have a number of variations of star backgrounds, and we go down here, and again I've got a not star, so a clear one, and different levels of star. Click on OK, and that's OK there, and that's those saved. I'm now going to add a photo, but before I add the photo, what I want to do, because I'm going to use chroma key, I need to add a background graphic for it. So I'm going to add a graphic, and again I'm going to use another graphics list, and I'm going to call this one background. I'm going to add all the background images, click open, OK, and then we're just going to resize that one to 9 by 6 inches. Click OK. It's come to top left, and I'm just going to click and align that center. In fact, I want to reopen that, because what I want to do is I want to draw a frame around the graphic, and again I'm going to make the frame color user selectable, and we just change the name slightly, so that's done. That's now the background frame color. Click OK. So that's now user selectable. And lastly, I'm going to add some text in there, and I really want people to be able to come back and choose the actual stuff that's being put in there. So because this is that would be text, but if I actually wrap it around in percentage signs, it becomes a variable that will be selected. So I'm going to call it character name, and that will become apparent why. I just need to find an appropriate font that I like. Bound to be one in here somewhere. That might do. Yeah, that does. And we'll make that probably a bit bigger, about 44. And that's bold and centered. And we'll put that into there. Now that would be the character name. I'd just like to stretch that just in case we get a long character. Now those colours are pretty random, but let's just open that up. And again, the text colour can be user selectable. And even to the point that we can, I think it's down the bottom here, we can have an outline colour. So we can select that in there. And we can even select the drop shadow. So we've got lots of variations of that. Click OK. That's one form of text, so we've chosen what we want to put in by putting a variable in. I could also add text, and just as an example, I'm going to put special text in there, maybe the date and time, and we'll just use the long date, and we'll change the font just because we can do something else. And again, if I wanted to, I can make the text user selectable. And maybe the outline color, and because these are dates, and even this, we'll put the shadow on there again as well. Why not? And it's probably going to be a bit big, so just change the font size down. A bit smaller. There we are. And stick that in. So there are system variable text, and there are text that we can alter ourselves. And the last thing I need to do is add the photograph in. And it's going to be a chroma key photograph. And on that one again, it's going to be, we'll fit that in to the window. That's fine. Click that OK. Slide it across. Fits nicely inside our window. If I click on Save as New Border, the name there is already Exploit, and I'm going to save that with where I've saved all the images in Alice, and save it. And there we have our template exploit. If we go back to the photo workshop, there we have an image. I'm going to select the border. So if I select that border, it comes up with the character name. This one's going to be Alice. So it's already prompted me for that. Template's applied. Now I can do little things. There's my background colour. At the moment it's black, but I think what I want to do is I want it to match her dress. And it's matched her dress. And maybe I want to change the background frame colour just to go in totally wild. Maybe I use the colour of the mushroom up there. And the character text colour, again I want a colour that matches, so I can either select here from the colour palette, and we'll just go blue there just to click OK. And the date, I haven't put the colour in there, but anyway I could have changed the date colour if I wanted to, if I'd put it in there. You'll see over here on the list we've got the darken. I can scroll through and each one will apply a different effect. And so that's one way of changing it. I can just change the darken to not darken. I want a plain one, and definitely see the dress there. Maybe I'm going to add my stars in, so it's on not star, and you should see the stars just starting to appear depending on whichever one I want, and they're just an overlay in the background. Now they're not really showing up there very much at the moment, so just to show you how much they show up, if we go into the background colour, and again I change that to something else, you can see the effect of them there much clearer. I just flip through and you can see, and you can change the opacity of the PNGs you want in there. I want to change the background for the chroma key picture. I pick it up and I can just swap through to whatever we want. And that really is the power of creating lots of bits in your template and making them there, that for a job you don't have to change the template over, you just click through the variables until you find the image that you finally want.